かのために歌うわけじゃないけど、もし立ち止まって聴いてくれる人がいるなら、ほんの一瞬でも心の安らぎを感じてくれたら嬉しい。
ここは冒険者たちが活躍するのにぴったりな場所だと思いません？
なんだ、最近はどこも仕事が多いって話なのに、俺んとこには全然来ねえぞ。
確かに将来性がありますね。
ここは冒険者たちが活躍するのにぴったりな場所だと思いません？
やっぱりモコモコダジュにしよう。ステージ内まで荷を運べるし、手も売れるだろうな。なんだ、最近はどこも仕事が多いって話なのに、俺んとこには全然来ねえぞ。
この気持ち、確かに将来性がありますね。
ここは冒険者たちが活躍するのにぴったりな場所だと思いません？
モコモコダジュにしよ
Oh, this is where this is where we kind of met him in the first Dragonspine quest, and then he popped up. He was also here in the second one as well.
雪合戦やる？
アルベドだ。何してんだろう。
Yeah, I haven't been back here in ages.
アルベド、やっぱりここにいたんだな。
ああ、少し前まで忙しくて絵を描く時間がなかったんだけど、ちょうど最近落ち着いてきたからまた筆を取って練習してみようと思ったんだ。そうだね。でも君たちとそれに師匠が残した最後の課題もクリアできたんだ。結果から見ればスクロースも最近成長著しくてね。騎士団の方も僕が出ていく課題もなく仕事もなく面倒事もない。いや、なんでもないよ。多分前にこうして完全に暇になると無意識のうちにまだ解決でも残念なことに今のも
ちょっとくらい休んだって別にいいんじゃないか。毎日どうしても落ち着かないならオイラたちと
それならパイモンにしっかり。
いや、言うなお前がそういうこと言うと。
アルベド、こんなに暇そうにしてるなんてまあでもレインドット様が残した課題をやり遂げたんだ。少しくらいは肩の力を抜いてもいい。
うわ、セバス、どこから。
君はセバスに会ったことがあるようだね。それで僕強いて言えばそうかな。
強いて言えばとはなんだ。あんな大きな屋敷に執事は私だけ。君とレインドット様が使った瓶や缶は 一匹の猫が片付けてるんだぞ。
お前、猫じゃないのか？
君はどうやって？
どうって、おいら。
私も同じだ。元からできた。事実を問題にしても答えは出ない。
お前、こいつムカつくぞ。おいら今から。
I mean, he says that, but it's not a direct correlation, right? Because he's like, well, how do you fly? It's like, well, I mean, it's hard to say. Like, they can just fly, but like, but that's slightly different than saying, well, you don't have opposable thumbs to do the work, so how do you do the work? Unless you're just saying, like, you make things float, like Paimon does, which, you know, could be true, right? And the fact that, I mean, and I guess, you know, the fact of the matter is he actually does do these things, you know, according to what he's saying, and Albedo hasn't contradicted him, so he must be the one actually doing these things. So there must be a method. So maybe he does just make things float with his mind or something.
おいら、もうこいつの話。
余計な話はここまでだ。アルベド、レインドット様の命令。
親愛なるアルベド、君があの課題に対して、しかし一度答えが出た問題は思考を君の頭の中で絶えず揺れているあの振り子も、今頃はそれなら君も自分基地の答えを捨て未知の問題を探す。問題はいつだって答えより面白い。
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about it. Like, it's like, oh, okay, so you have no problems to solve. It's like, yeah, but like, I always assumed he was doing his own research, right? Like, I obviously he was helping the Knights of Onius and, you know, acting as a mentor to Sucrose, but it's like, you could take another protege. You could do, like, I always kind of thought he was doing his own research, like, and like the painting and shit he was doing, like, I thought that was an extension of what he was trying to research. So it is kind of weird when he's saying, well, no, like, if the Knights of Onius aren't giving me problems, and if I'm not helping Sucrose, I don't know what to do. It's like, oh, like, you mean all the research and shit you've done was at the request of someone else? They presented you with a problem, and all the stuff we've seen is just you trying to work out someone else's problem? I just assumed that he was doing his own research for a while. You know, like, he'd be helping out people when he could, but he had his own line of thinking and checking and shit like that.
もし私でさえ思いつかなかった問題を見つけられるなら、それが一番だ。
Yeah, I find it surprising how active she is. Like, because, like, he had mentioned her, Albedo had mentioned her during the previous Dragonspine events. Well, during one of the most recent Dragonspine event, letting us know that Rheindotter was the one who made him and Durin. Actually, maybe even in the first one, she was mentioned, because Durin was mentioned then, and he might have mentioned Rheindotter made it at that point. But like, he just kind of offhandedly mentioned her. Didn't really, like, mention, oh yeah, by the way, I have an active communication with her. She's still chilling and saying hi to me every now and then. And then we kind of, like, and then later we offhandedly heard, oh, okay, so she's one of the Hexen Circle. And obviously the Hexen Circle is it's relatively new. It was only within, like, the last year. Actually, no, I guess not. Like, we knew about Alice, right? We obviously knew about Alice, even right from the beginning, in the first summer event, when we went to the Golden Apple Archipelago. Klee's mother, Alice, was talking to us through the Dodoko communications. Now, we didn't know she was a witch at the time, but Alice did exist, and did communicate with us. But yeah, like, knowing that there was a witches group called the Hexen Circle is something that is relatively new, like maybe a year or two old, where, you know, they actually had a name. Because, like, the floating island appeared when we were learning about it, and I think maybe even before then. Because, like, yeah, the floating island appeared maybe, like, 2 years ago, and that's when we kind of, like, learned about the Hexen Circle, the witches. And then we were like, oh, okay. I mean, like, we knew about Mona's master right from the beginning, too, kind of. I think she was mentioned during her character quest or whatever. So like we knew of witches, and then only a few years ago we learned that there was a witches group. And then I think, as part of all that shit, we might have like learned about that Rheindater was included in that group, and we're like, oh, Rheindater. And then I think it was also mentioned. I can't remember when we learned what the name of the 5 sinners of Conria were, but yeah, Rheindater was one of them too. Yeah, it's kind of hard to piece together just off the top of your head, simply because like we learned little tiny bits here and there in various events over the years. So it was never just like one big thing. And now, of course, the Witch Circle are taking a much more of a active role in the world to a degree. Like, presumably they've been doing all the shit they've been doing for a while, but now we're actually aware of it, Now we're interacting directly with Nicole and Alice, and more indirectly with Barbeloff, because like she popped up during the Moon event. And she popped up secondhand not like directly, we only saw the little Dodoko, but in Durin's quest. But we're actually hearing a voice to her now. We might have heard her voice in the second Golden Apple Archipelago event, because Mona had one of the islands was for Mona, and in that island, we learned a little bit more about her master. So maybe we heard Barbeloff's voice at that point. I can't remember, it's obviously been so long. This was literally the second year of the game. A year and a half, basically, since the game released. We had the second summer event in the Golden Apple Archipelago. And so we heard Mona's master as part of that. But that was 3 years ago. So it's like, shit, do they use the same voice? I mean, probably, maybe. But they also could have taken the opportunity to change it, since there was no other voice opportunities in the meantime. Maybe they did change the voice and we just don't know of it. We're just not aware because it's been so long. But yeah, now obviously they're taking a much more active role. We met Alice, interacted with Alice. She talked about kind of the shit they're dealing with to a degree. We met Nicole. Nicole helped us. So maybe we're going to see them take more of an active role overall. Or, who knows, really. Kind of just pop up whenever the fuck they want. But I'm looking forward to learning more about Rheindater. We're probably not going to see too much of her in the Snezhnaya arc, but supposedly there's a Conria arc there's a Conria chapter after the Snezhnaya one. So I believe that's where we're going to learn a little bit more about what happened back then as our sibling recreates a little piece of Conria. My thought was always going to be oh, okay, we deal with Snezhnaya shit, and then the Conria chapter was just going to be us going, maybe going back in the past, or just go, or us go. I don't know. I just kind of thought, not actually going into the past, but going back into a dreamlike state where we kind of are able to experience the past Conria and kind of what led to what and all that shit. But then we had Rarier's Saga where we're oh shit, that was a big important moment in Conria where the Vinster King was killed, and the moment of corruption by the Five. Where Rheindater, the mage, the dean of the academy, Rarier. I mean, supposedly Vidofnir also got corrupted, but it's kind of weird because he wasn't there. There seemed to be a big pile of corruption off the throne room, and that's where Rarier got his corruption. And Vidofnir was in prison, and even when Rarier freed him, he still stayed in prison, from what we know. Now maybe Dainsley let him out at a later point, and then he got corrupted. Although we already knew he had been influenced by the Abyss. So maybe he was already, corrupted. He didn't need to go to the throne room. He was already fully corrupted. Hard to say, but anyway, let's continue.
そうだ。問題を考えたり答えたりするための自分を作ろうとはしない方がいい。試してみたが、最後にもう一つ。セバスに君への
師匠の教えにし
レイ、ともかく伝言は全て伝えた。さてさて、もう本当に行くぞ。
Yeah, that's kind of weird. They mentioned, oh, the other fellow. One of the options was like mentioned Durin. I'm like, no, it's not Durin. She didn't send Durin back. If anything, it would be him, right? I was assuming that she was sending Sebas, and we have because like he doesn't need food. It's like, well, I would imagine this little cat doesn't need
レイ
food.
ンドット様からの贈り物を机に置いたから、
Oh,
忘
okay.
れずに受け
It's on
取
the
ってくれ。
table. On the table.
アルベド、お前の家族でも本当にあの猫はお前の家族に入るのか？
セバスは間違いなく師匠が作った存在だ。かなり前にね。でも僕たちは普通の家族ではないから。この
Well, yeah,
関
of
係は
course.
あま
Yeah,
り意味はない。
of course, not family because like their quote unquote family is just Rhindaughter's creations, and she can create whatever the fuck she wants. She creates all sorts of stuff. Now I'm kind of curious if she's created anything after Albedo, because Albedo seems going to be like the culmination of everything, right? Like maybe Durin was first, and he was corrupted by the Abyss, and maybe the cat was could have been the first thing created after merging with the Goddess of Life, so it was the first thing that wasn't corrupted by the Abyss that she made. And she wanted to create a life form, so she started small and simple, and then she made Albedo, as the culmination of her work of like, yes, I'm able to artificially create a human. But it does make the question is she doing anything else? Like, was Albedo the last and she stopped making things? She's like, yes, I've completed my life's work of creating an artificial life form, like an artificial human, and there's nowhere to go from here, so she just said, okay, I'm done, I guess. Or she's still doing her own shit. Is she still experimenting? Is she still creating? Is she still expanding their quote-unquote family?
でもあの時かなりセバスの世話になったのは事実だ。
待った。今日お前が描いてる猫。
そう。僕の習慣でね。問題にこういう時はセバスを描くことにしてる。何回も描いたからも
普通の子猫だと思ってたのに。
これで君もこの猫の名前を知ったね。でも今は
木は最も完璧な実を誇る。満ち足りていて、しかし夢を宿した種よ。殻の中に広がる宇宙の王にとどまってはならない。
もっと考える必要。
Oh, that was it? Oh. I thought there were... Oh, this is the first one where we actually haven't had to fight anything. Yeah, all the other ones have been like, oh shit, like there's something we have to fight. Albedo, we never didn't have to do that. I just assumed that was going to be all of them then. So what's his talent? Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, it gives us... the silver flower that can't be destroyed. But yeah, so this is definitely saying, hey, stack defense, please. Okay, so 1,000 defense. 1,000 defense is nothing to sneeze at. Even like Noelle, who's 100% stacked for defense. So basically, yeah, you want to get 3,000 defense. Okay, so normal attack, charge, plunging. So I guess you get a 42% when both, after creating a silver and solar one, you get a 32% buff in, and actually really everything, yeah, elemental skill and burst. This is actually really good. Let's see. What defense at? Shit. So, yeah, this is a toughie. So realistically, I might want to change. That's a really good goblet for Geo, though. Shit. Okay, so I mean, this is not terrible. It's a 28%, but I'm missing 14%. Right, no, 14? Is it 28? It's 4. Oh, yeah, it's 42%. Yeah, 42% is the max. For some reason I had... Anyway, so I have 28%, so I'm missing 14%. That I could have if I had fully stacked. But where's Noelle? Noelle's a good... check for this shit. So Noelle is at... Jesus Christ. She's just barely above the threshold that Albedo would need to be. But she has stacked on defense. She's all defense. And Albedo, as you can see, her crit rate... Actually, her crit damage is actually surprisingly good. Yeah, decent amount. So that is a toughie for Albedo. Albedo, so that 14% is huge because it's a buff in everything, and like it both solar and like you create solar ones manually, and the silver ones automatically pop up when you do so. So with 42% buff in all attacks, skill, and burst is insane. Now the only caveat is it's a Hexenreich thing, which means you have to be paired with another Hexenreich character, which kind of is limiting, because like my previous team was like using him with like my mono Geo team, but like there's no even if I replaced Jory, he wouldn't get that buff. He wouldn't be buffing anything else out. So the problem is that there's just not a lot of good party members to be with. Klee seems like a good example, though. I could do Albedo and Klee. Seems like a good pairing. He could be with Venti. Like Venti's not terrible with him, honestly, because when Venti's burst goes off, when our solar isotomas are around, I think. Let me just double check, actually. I think it's whenever they take damage. It's whenever they take damage, right? Yeah, take damage. Okay. So that's the whole cool thing, is that's kind of what he was used for this slightly before, too, is that basically Venti would group them up, and his Transient Blossoms have a really good damage ratio. Or the Transient Blossoms... Oh. So his crit rates are already pretty shit. Now, does this give him a bump? No, okay, so that's fine. So he could probably do without this one. This only gives him crit rate, and his crit rate is not even that good anyway. is to bump it down to 25%, 1 of 4. Let's see. Oh, I don't even have a proper set on him. I think actually this set, on the field. So off field, he gets stacks. One stack every 3 seconds. When 6 seconds pass. But I mean, he stays on. He keeps this up all the time. So maybe I should just go this set then. Seems like this set is good because it will also stack his defense. Honestly, this could be better too. Let's go for this one. Yeah, it seems like most people are recommending that. Let's see, do I have anything good? It's actually pretty well. Okay, so they don't have anything better. Shit, actually, that's kind of a problem. Oh wow, he doesn't really have any. And this one is almost a shard. So that's kind of good too, though. I mean, it would be really good for his own. This would be a really good buffer. So basically, whenever he creates a crystal, which is kind of the main reason he gets there, whatever element. So in lunar crystallized teams, for that particular. No, actually, I guess the problem with this, though, is this only bumps the other element, not Geo as well. This one also bumps Geo. Well, it bumps defense and Geo, and that's it. Okay, so I guess I gotta farm this a little bit. I need a better... That's pretty cool. I might be able to do... on set. But let's Fiori has that, though. That's fine. It's not actually even that good for her, either. Oh, Yunjin? That's kind of a shit one, though. Honestly, I should just farm this set some more. Yeah, even her... Actually, yeah, goddamn. Even hers is kind of shit. If I could bump up my Chiori's damage a little bit. That's kind of fine for her. She actually does use the crit damage is helpful for her. And the attack percent she does actually scale off attack. Technically Albedo does too, but not for anything that actually is useful. It's a pretty good one for him. Great for her. Yeah, that's a... Oh no, hers is over here. Oh, shit. Maybe I should... Oh no, the attack percent. She's the only one who actually could use that attack percent. Albedo kinda can use it. The problem is, it only scales off of his burst. His burst is the only thing that scales off of attack, which is, like, not great, but then you get all this stuff, which turns it into... Anyway, regardless, that's that point. Okay, so I need to refarm for Albedo. And then I might try an Albedo Klee team. Okay, so then I guess speaking of Klee, might as well have her be the next... I guess I can have Mona, too. Well, the problem with Mona is she's... Let's see, of these characters... Actually, no. I guess him and Durin would be a good choice. Because Durin and him would both be providing off-field support and reactions. But Klee's the on-field. Venti kind of works too. You just need you need two other Petch elements to actually make sure you're swirling for Venti. And Sucrose too, to a degree, but Venti's burst works much better than Sucrose's because it does wrap them up super tight. And so when his solar isotomas create transient blooms, they really they get AoE down by... Oh yeah, let's see if I can remember to get Noah's picture while I'm here. But yeah, I mean that is the... Oh fuck, probably not. when the transient blooms go off, because Venti's burst keeps them so grouped together, the transient bloom will hit all enemies. So like that's a really cool thing about the Venti Albedo pairing is that it's really good for groups of enemies because one, all the enemies get grouped up, and then two, when a single transient bloom triggers, because it can only trigger so many, like once per so many seconds. Once it triggers, it hits every enemy that's grouped up in Venti's burst. I can't remember if it's a total timer or if it's like once per enemy per second. If it's once per enemy per second, then you can get like a chain of them, I think. But either way, I could try creating a team with Venti and Albedo.
役に立たない説明をあり。課題っていうのはパイモンちゃん、それじゃちょっと待ったくれ。ドドコたちはそれからドドコはいっぱい友達を作ってドド大魔法、ドド大魔法、ママはそう言ってた。大魔法使いになれるかどうかは大魔王じゃあオイラたちクレわからん。でもママがそうだクレ。ノコンちゃん一緒に見てみ。試練の最初の場所。ドドコは葉っぱがささやく森に。クレわかったよ。クレドドコ栄養よし出発だ。
Yeah, that's probably where she goes fish blasting, right? Yep. So, yeah, there's a little buried spot too, or a dug up part of the forest. I assume that's where it's going to be buried. They're just going to say, yeah. You didn't? I mean, it looks kind of charred to me.
最近クレイが反省室に入る。偉いぞ。とはいえ反省室をドカーンしてもそういう意味で言ってるんじゃないぞ。クレイ手に入れたよ。新しいメモだな。上に書いてある。ドドコは全部の障害をドカーンと吹き飛ばしたのかしら。時には直接やっちゃうのが一番美しい方法だったりするんだよね。こうしてまあ最後のステージなんだけどね。星が落ちた湖のほとりでドドコは試練を乗り越それじゃあ分かった。この最後の5。
Oh, yeah, it's just a little farther than I was expecting. Yeah, whatever. Just help it.
最後のお宝はクレイドドちょっと待った。いつの間にか。きっとドドコが悪い奴らを追い払ってから。
気をつけて。
腐食神聖
はじけろ全部ドカーン。よいへいよい。やっと追い払えた。考えてみたらメモドドコの試練大
It's a
成
little swirl. Is that does Durin do that?
じゃあこれを
Oh, it's the same. Oh, tiny. Oh, I see a tiny hat for Dodoko. Okay. Yeah, I actually forgot. Yeah, Klee. Oh, yeah, that's an interesting thing. So basically, I had Klee's outfit. So Klee actually does look like a little magician, or a little magic girl, right? But in the cutscene, she wears her default outfit. So it's like they do this all the time. They just assume people don't have the costume and do cutscenes with their base outfit. That way, they don't have to make two cutscenes. Now. It could be that with the increased, it could be that they may at some point change how they do their cutscenes and they render them all in game. And then and if they do that, rather than being pre-rendered, which I assume these are, but if they render them in game, then they could, that could allow for the replacement of, it could allow them to check for the outfit your characters, any character you're using is currently wearing. So now the Traveler would have their outfits. If you bought outfits for other characters or got them for free, they would be wearing them. It's hard to say. Like, I don't know if that's going to happen when it's completely moved over to PS5. Maybe they just didn't have the... maybe older systems just didn't have the capacity to generate that shit. On the fly. So they just kept it pre-rendered. So maybe once PS5 is the min spec, or relatively around the min spec, then they could improve on it. Hard to say. We'll see. Generally, I don't really care. It's like, it's whatever, right? Oh no, she's not wearing the outfit I got for her. Oh shit. It's like, but she wears it when I use her, if I use her in battle, so that's all that really matters.
クレイ場外の森でまた大きな爆発。
栄養騎士のお姉ちゃんパイモンちゃん、今はクレイが助けてもらいたい。ああ、オイラが証言できるぞ。オイラたちパイモンちゃんの
ならここの魚は
それは湖にいた悪い奴らを
つまり今まではずっと
クレイ、前にドカーンした魚のことは、
ここに来る途中他に被害は出ていないな、旅人。
ああ、全部オイラが吹き飛ばしたんだ。オイラすごいだろう。
クレイ、帰ろう。今回は旅人が君の保証人になってくれたからたくさん走り回ったんだ。
今日は優しい神団長な。
旅人とパイモンも一緒に来るといい。
おいら。
Okay, so Klee has some other ability. Let's see, what's her ability now? Let's see, what's her talent? So, we can just add Boom Badge. Timer. Oh, okay, so it just increases their damage. So it's normal attack, elemental skill, burst. 3 stacks. Got it. So, I mean, that's pretty simple. Her skill, her burst, it's a 15-second CD, so you can actually keep everything, all 3 up pretty consistently. Obviously, normal attacks, like, no shit, that's super easy. And let's charge for this. Oh, it's a 20-second CD. That's actually tough. That's actually going to be kind of rough. Because you have 2 stacks, but you use 1, right? You do 1, and then that starts a 20-second countdown. So, I mean, like, realistically, I guess you can keep this up 100% of the time. Because even if you do 2 at once, by the time you lose 1 of the stacks, if you go back, you can be able to do it again. So I guess if she's on field, it's fine. If you want to lose it off field, but then again, off field, who gives a shit? Because this only affects her charge attack, so she has to be on field anyway. And typically, you would want to do the Jumpty Dumpty before doing any big attacks. Mostly because with my Constellation 2, her elemental hitting an elemental skill reduces their defense. So you want to always start with this. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to do Mona right now. I'm going to do Sucrose. No, did I do Sucrose already? Oh, yeah. Sucrose was the, I'll do Fischl then. Fischl has some uses. Yeah, Sucrose has... Oh, there it is. Sucrose has the 16 times Whopper, or 16 times Sweet Flower quest. I'm really curious if they're going to add more Hexadrive characters. Like, Fischl technically doesn't really make sense. Like, despite how she acts, she's not really a Hexarite character. Mona obviously is, because she's being trained by Whitewell Witch. Klee is the daughter of one. Rhindaughter is the creation of one. Durin, again, also is the creation of, you could argue, two of the Hexarite characters. Venti technically doesn't really make sense either, but he does have a working relationship with them. So you could argue for sure. But, like, Razor, not really. Because he was trained by Varka and taught by Lisa. Both of which, like, it's not like Lisa got a Hexarite buff, and for all we know, Varka doesn't either, but Varka might have one. He hasn't been released, so maybe when Varka releases, he'll have a, he'll also be able to trigger the Hexarite bonuses.
確かに奇遇だね。こんにちは。という意味です。
ちょうど最近、八重堂から旅人さん商業上の機密に関わるため、依頼の詳細な内容は教会に。それって、その作者ってそんなに重要人物なのか？これを一言伝えるだけで終わる楽な出張と考えると、もしこの依頼をお受けになるようでしたら、鹿狩りで編集者さんをいい？旅人？焦ることはないわ。運命があなたを世界の本流へ押し流すのは、むしろ夕夜浄土へ導くためな。
手伝わせてほしいと。フィッ
シュル、急にやる気になったな。何か
では、皆さんお揃いのうち。
Yeah, obviously she must be a fan. Oh, I see. It's the author of the book that she based her character setting on. Her, fake persona. The Junibyo side. Onodera, wait a minute. I've actually met this dude. I've actually interacted with him. He was... is he a daily? I think he's a daily quest. I think he's a daily quest in Inazuma. But basically, you had to go and talk to an editor who was talking to a writer, and the writer keeps coming up with crazy shit. Where he's like, oh, and then next, this did happen. And the editor's like, dude, like, people loved your writing before when it made sense and was realistic, but now your writing is just kind of like constantly escalating, and people are finding it hard to follow because you come up with a new gimmicky bullshit every single volume. And I'm pretty sure it's this dude is the editor. Because the name sounds familiar. But it also has been a long time since I've done... yeah.
フィッシュルです。はじめまして。と、こいつは
フィッシュル。手伝いに。
なるほど。フィッシュルさんですか。
我の名を知ったのであれば、当然理解すべきであろう。
お嬢様は。なるほど。そういうことでしたか。名前を覚えるのは確かに基本的な礼儀です。
オズが通訳する前にフィッシュルの言ってることを理解。
では、早速。詳しくご説明し
Well, he's also the editor of Well, presumably he's the editor of the book that she's basing her personality off of. So, presumably he's read read. I don't know if there's one book or multiple, but he's read the book or books. So he and if he understands the character, then yeah, so it would make sense.
フィッシュル。
お嬢様、今何とおっしゃいましたか？
Q 先生の代表作はフィッシュル工女物語よ。
お嬢様はもし想像し
わかりました。そのフィッシュル公女物語の作者である Q 先生ですね。
それなら簡単に解決するんじゃないか？
This is begging the question of why would an Inazuman editor show up in Mondstadt telling us that the writer who's in Nod Cry is having a problem? Like, why the fuck are you in? Well, I guess maybe he might be on his way to Nod Cry to begin with. I guess that could be it, because like supposedly, like Nod Cry is kind of like you'd have to go through Mondstadt. No, actually, Inazuma's closer to Leeway though. But then again, I guess like if you come in on Leeway. So if you come in from the Leeway side, the trip to Nod Cry is really fucking far. Mostly on land. Because you have to go into the Leeway Harbor, and you either go up to Mondstadt, in which case you might as well just take a boat straight to Mondstadt, or you have to go past the chasm into Sumeru, up the Sumerian Desert, through Fontaine. Yeah, it's quite a trek. And since we don't really know much around the north part of Mondstadt, there might be better ways and easier ways to get to Nod Cry from Mondstadt.
手紙でヤエドと連絡を取っており、宛先は大陸。そんなですから、Q 先生が一体私たちも自力で調査を行ったのですが、その結果、最初に Q 先生を担当していた編集者は自分で
たとえ失われようと、万物は断罪の皇女の記憶にとどまり、夕夜浄土で
お嬢様は
そうなんです。同じことを考えていたようですね。そこで私たちは
うわこれっていうかまた小野寺がオズより先にフィッシュルの言葉を理解したぞ。
これは
オズバルド・ヘンリー・ラフナビネスよ。
ヘンリは余計ですよ、お嬢様。かすかではありますが、確かに何か感じます。お嬢様の身に
最終的に私たちが突き止められたことは一つだけ。投稿された原稿用紙は字模様と製法からしてじゃ
あっていうか警作層で小説を書くさすがにないんじゃないか。
Could Chang the Ninth be Mr. Nine? Ha, who knows?
上級さんですか？コカハの兄。
構わない。涙をこぼす生徒と
小野寺様。
小野寺を信頼して。
そうですね。同一人物でなかったとしても同じ作家同士何かしら交流があるか。それではよろしくお願いします。
I bet you got the letter from. I bet you got the letter from Nod Cry. Actually, yes. Let me see. If we. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, if there's a way to go around up here. Nod Cry. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, like. I don't know. Actually, yeah, I mean, I don't know. You could come in from Leeway and then go to Chenyu Harbor, the Chenyu Vale, and then from here, you could take the ocean. You could take a boat through there. So you could have gone through Leeway rather than Mondstadt.
上級はいないみたいだ。
どうやらすぐには会えなさそうですな。
そうするしかなさ。
しかしここにいないとなると、家を調べてみますか？
勝手に人の家を調べるのは気が引けるけど。
I also think it's a little dumb though to be like, oh, he's not here. He must have been kidnapped. It's like, dude, you literally just arrived, right? Like, he could be out and about. He could be shopping. He could be doing anything. I would ask around, hey, when was the last time you saw Chang the Ninth? And they say, oh yeah, yesterday or today. Then you know, no, he's probably fine.
役立ちそうにないな。これも変わったと。
いえ、公女たる私はすでに塵の中に潜む宇宙の費用を見抜いているわ。それが示すものはまさに真実へと湧き出る知恵の泉。
それが手がかりだと思う。
ここ本当に上級の旅人、やっぱり戦艦軍を呼んで調べ。
皆さんご安心ください。もうお嬢様は誰かを傷つけるようなことはしません。であればそれほど。
It's also like coming from a huge league. Like, you only just showed up. You don't even, he could just be out for the day. You know, he could have just, you know, he could be in the village. He could be at like at a restaurant in the village, or just chatting with a villager, you know, further down, you know, to be like, yeah, we only just showed up in the village today and we didn't see him within the first 30 minutes. So he must be dead. That's the only possible solution. Like, we didn't look around the village at all. We immediately booked it for his home, but we didn't see him on the way, so he must be dead.
君たち何してるんだ。戦艦軍を呼ぶぞ。うわあ、
上級生きてたのか。それ
に何を不吉なことを。よく見たら前にコカハのどうやら誤解みたいだな。君たち、
実は聞きたいことがあって。
たとえ幻覚を見せられたとしても自分が旧先生だなんて考えることはない。もしわしがあえて盆栽のふりをしていたのか。だったら長年わしはよく主人公が英雄の少年なんて時代遅れだ。冒頭での今の読者は旧先生が書いてるような奇抜で独創的。
まあ
わしが本当に旧先生ならコカハの兄弟子が受賞した。なんだって、上級が旧先生？間違いじゃないのか。上級はただ。
お前の家には新小説劇録があったよな。行く秋とオイラた。もし上級が旧先生ならとんでもない自画自賛だ。
皆さん、確かに上級さんは旧お嬢様や例の原稿と同じような縁を。
そういうことなら話は早いな。などくらいについて。
Okay, well, obviously, yeah, the connection was super. I was like, oh yeah, Chang the Ninth could be it, but yeah, I kind of forgot that he wasn't really a successful writer. And so if he was that successful, why would he... I mean, I don't know, like, it could be one of those things where he was successful when he was younger, and then since then, he's kind of just been producing shit. Or at least producing stuff that just doesn't wow the readers. You know, kind of a one-hit wonder of authors. And so it could be that that's why he's keeping low, because he's like, I was really successful when I was younger, but every manuscript I produce now, it just gets immediately rejected. And so now he might just be keeping low, because he wouldn't want to endure the shame of being someone who was once famous. Because like, that's the thing, is under that tree was a bunch of fucking money. So maybe that is true. Maybe he was it at some point.
私はこだわりがあるに。
確かにあの原稿用紙と同じです。
ならこれで一歩前進だ。上
And realistic, well, actually, no, I guess going to him first was probably smart. But going to the place that produces the paper would probably be even better. You know? Although I guess if they produce the best paper, it's possible that the people don't purchase it themselves, like in person. It could be that they ship their paper out to other locations. But at the very least, we could get a client list from there to narrow things down.
お嬢様によると、あなたの作品は
Hey, didn't we say that we stuffed the shit in our pockets? Didn't we just rob him?
それにこの洗
Wait, why are we here?
ならば運命は進むべき道。姿を映して
やって
この洗礼はおいついてってみようぜ。
I guess I wasn't really paying attention to what they said. I don't remember them saying, "Oh yeah, there's a." Super. Oh no. Okay. If I where on the map I was, I don't think I've explored this area in the real world. Oh no, Nicole is the author?
そうだったのね。Q先生はこのこんにちは。
Oh, it's Cecily. Oh, I thought it was Nicole herself. Because, I mean, when we were building her house, she mentions, like, stories and shit. So Mr. 9 is a saint. Interesting. Because I was thinking that maybe Nicole's pseudonym was Mr. 9 because, like, maybe she was the ninth angel. And so when she, became Nicole, she just, used that as a pseudonym.
なんというか、実は私も小説家になりたかったの。でも直接人の頭の中に語りかける方が口で伝えるよりも文字を書くなんて、私からすると誰かに書きたい設定やストーリーを思うがままに話して小説を書いたことにし、だから洗礼の知り合いに設定とアイディアをすべて話した。
Oh, I see. So that's why the handwriting is changed, is because basically she imparts her stories to the Cecily, who then goes out and becomes the muse for a new author. So Mr. Chang, or Chang the Ninth, could actually be that author. It's hard to say. It's hard to say if they don't even. So it's hard to say, like, are they inspiring them so they just, like, mindlessly write and don't even understand that they wrote it themselves? Because, like, Chang the Ninth had a pile of money in a bank check, buried underneath that log. So it could be that those are the royalties for the story. So he could actually be the quote-unquote writer in the sense that he was the one who literally wrote it. Like, he wrote out the words, but the story is not his own. But because they had to credit it to somebody, they credit it to Mr. 9, and he's the one who gets the royalties. So that could be where the money came from. But it's kind of weird that he doesn't remember it. So I'm thinking that maybe it's maybe when they're inspired, they go into, like, a fugue state and just kind of mindlessly write without even being aware of what they're doing.
そう言わないで。あの小説家見習いたちの言語能力を使ってきた。
Oh, yeah.
会話能力が回復してきた。
I think inhabiting them, so it seems like Cecily is possessing them. So it could be that, yeah, he was the actual author of it. He was the one who literally wrote it. But because he was possessed at the time, he has no memory of it.
それって本当に
大丈夫よ。原稿はすべて世界を作り。
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's not even that they possessed them. So it could be that, yeah, Mr. Chang the Ninth actually did write it in his sleep, and that's why he has that big pile of money. Let's make the question of, like, if the money's, yeah, whatever. Like, how would he not be aware of the money, right? Like, how does he not know where this money's coming from?
ちょっと待った。じゃあ、私、ニコに捕まって、ナドくらいの監視役にされ。
その子が生まれた経緯についてだけど、小説ってリアリティ。
言われてみれば、稲妻の娯楽小説に
Q 先生の物語設定は隠喩が多くて、その中にある生命を生み出す方法も完全でも、まさか本当に成功する子がいる。
お嬢様はもう呆然と。
Oh, I see. So basically,
僭越ながら私。
yeah. So she created Oz using the half-truths. So wow. So that actually is a creation. I just assumed it was a manifestation of the vision. But it seems like her fervent wish to create a friend created Oz. Interesting.
嘘が7割、真実が3。
嘘が9割、真実が1割だよ。オズはあんまり驚い。
なんと言いますか。生まれた時から凡庸。
とにかくナドくらいの件が片付けば、Q 先生は
ここであなたの目になるな。あ、そうだ。警察層のおじさんに原稿料と印税。お前はお金をそれを財宝として隠して私の宝物を探しに来てね。
Huh, that's interesting.
夕夜浄土の果て。
So this basically kind of. Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, like, maybe all the treasure we've been finding, all the money we've been finding within those treasures, has been part of that 90%. But it seems like, by what he's saying, it seems that maybe the 90% is all in one location. I thought they were trying to, like, retcon how the money exists all over the place, and it's because he's dividing up that 90%. Okay, so that's why he's not even aware of that 10% and that money there. And he was technically the person who literally wrote the words, even though the story is not his.
絶対に行きます。
お嬢様。
Q 先生の小説大好きです。
たとえ宇宙が漆黒で果てしなく広がっていようと。
私、とっても。
なら、この件はひとまずこれで終わりにしましょう。私はこれから絶対にありえないわね。
Well, yeah, obviously not. He like, because it's like saying like, oh, well, this guy dictated the words to me, but I was the one who actually like wrote them onto paper. Oh shit! I was the one who wrote them onto paper. Like he dictated them to me, but then I typed them out, or I wrote them down and sent it in for publishing. Therefore, I'm the author. It's like no, the person who gave you the story, the person who actually created the story, is the one who's the real author. And I would argue that Nicole's, well, I don't know, actually. That's a tough one. I would say it's probably a joint writing thing. Because like, it depends on how detailed Nicole was, right? If Nicole just gave a general outline of the plot, and then it was the ghost that actually, like, or the Seelie who actually, like, wrote it out properly, then you could argue that the Seelie is more of like a ghostwriter. Although, to be fair, Chang the Ninth is far more like a ghostwriter. But ghostwriters are the ones who actually, like, do the writing and come up with the story that someone else just claims as their own, usually. But yeah, I mean, it depends on how detailed Nicole's stories are. If it is just a general outline, then I would say it's maybe more the Seelie. But even still, like, you can't discount Nicole's inspiration, because she's the one coming up with those stories to begin with. And the Seelie is just like expanding upon them.
こんな大金、一体どうやって？これは、そうだ。なんだそのめちゃくちゃな話は。だが。
Jesus Christ, give me 50,000 more. Holy shit. Nice. Okay, so he doesn't have any extra dialogue. Okay. Yeah, none of this is based on. Okay, so what is officials? things say now. Party official. Okay, so what is your bonus? Okay, after primary barrier triggers an overload. Their attack. Okay, so it's only overload, so swirl doesn't count. So her being with Venti doesn't really matter, unless her with Durin or her with Mono. Mona's not really a good hydro applicator though. That's kind of the problem with Mona. But honestly, it could be her, Venti, and a hydro unit for electro charges. She could still be with Venti, I guess. Okay, let me pop into the teapot real quick. Refresh my shit. Okay, so that's... Just surprised that it took so long, but then again I did stop and discuss things a bit. Okay, so these chugging along with their friendship. Do I pump from before this? Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, there was a Natlan one that I think I missed. Okay. Is there any others? Okay, cool. So, oh shit, there's another one. Fuck. Okay, so I can't do that one yet. I'll just have to remember to scroll down that far once this one's done. Okay, so that's done. Let's go to Doctore. Honestly, I probably should have brought up the Trounce domain. Okay, let's do this shit. Now, this I will be doing co-op. Last time I did it quickly. Really quickly. Huh? Oh, okay. It's the other guy. I mean, you're gonna have to... Oh, never mind. They redid matchmaking. Cool. Honestly, Sucrose is actually pretty good, supposedly, for this team. Oh, okay, that's fine, too. It's a pretty good team party comp. Why are you swapping? That's a good party comp. Swap over my food just in case. Man, that was actually really, really easy. But to be fair, it seemed pretty easy when I did it before, too. When I did it solo, I just like blasted through it. But I did not know how it would be co-op. Now we did have a good team, obviously. We had, oh, hey, Gurren lost some health. Let's heal him up a little bit. We did have a good team. You know, a really good party comp with, you know, Fiorina. Columbina Llama and Nefa is just really good. And the fact that we had a Fiorina who knew, oh, by the way, I should probably... let's see. We had a Fiorina who knew, oh, yeah, I should probably just stay on heals because we have a Columbina, a Water Catalyst. We don't really need DPS. We don't really need the DPS. Okay, someone came in. Oh, shit. It's not a good sign when someone shows up with the Traveler. Because... yeah, because... Or even a 4-star, or any 4-star. Traveler or the 4-star is like, shit, that's not a good idea. That's not a good sign. They want to be that. Guess it could be Lolly then. Realistically, it's like, could you be anyone who could actually help? That 4-star is shit. You're not even max level. Could you be a character that actually helps? You know, a healer. Barbara would be better. Right? Having a... Oh, cool. Never mind. They have that. Nice. Yeah, a healer would be great. So the reason why they didn't do that is because that I had picked Shillin, but... Okay, cool. So we should be fine. Oh, cool. It's that. Please heal us. Please heal us. Of course they fucking died. Fucking useless piece of shit. Good job. Thank you for being the Traveler. Good. Thank God you were the Traveler, you fucking retard. Thank you for sucking dick and dying. Thank you for being the Traveler, you fucking moron. Like, thank you for like, yes. It's annoying, right? It's never a good sign when you see someone come in as the Traveler. Because you're like, oh, okay, you're basically griefing us. Because, I mean, this is actually one of the few instances where it's like, okay, maybe it's not too bad, you know? Maybe it's not too bad, right? Because the Traveler does get a lot of this boss-specific buffs. But it's like, come on, man, like, you just fucking died. It's also kind of tough, too, because Shillin is one of the characters who... Shillin is a character who only heals on her burst. So she needs to have her burst up, which is not a guarantee, right? Oh, there's no one... Yeah, I was just fishing for a class. So yeah, her burst is not guaranteed to be up. And oftentimes, usually, like, you do it, like, right near the end. So it's like, usually you start with no energy, so it's like, you don't have full health, please heal yourself. But, fart. But basically, yeah, when they first come in, they're not really here. You can tell because they don't have a little minion out. So or when they start doing idling animation or their little buddy pops out behind next to them, then they're ready. Or do any sort of movement. Because that means they've fully loaded.
れているんだから仕方ないか。
That's fine. You gotta be careful. Obviously, we need one Fiorina. Or a Fiorina would be a good idea. Let's see, what they're gonna pick. The tough thing is we don't know who they are. So I hope they pick an actual healer. We'll see. Oh, that's fine. Now, we just really need to make sure that the Fiorina, you are the only healer, so please stay on heals. So this is the problem, right? We have a Fiorina, we have to make sure the Fiorina knows how to Fiorina. And they have to stay on heal mode the entire time, especially because we have a character who comes in half health. So it's like, come on, man. Oh my god, the fucking Fiorina! Jesus fucking Christ! Just stay on heals, you fucking moron! They're fucking both dead because you're a fucking idiot! Yeah, this is what... Stay on heals! Do not stop healing! Just stay on heals. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just stay on heals. Don't ever fucking take off your heals! Jesus fucking Christ, Fiorina, could you stop sucking dick? We have a Hydro Catalyst user. We don't need you for your fucking Hydro application. We don't need you for your DPS. We need you to fucking keep us fucking alive. Jesus Christ. Especially, why are you in DPS mode at all when you've already let both of them die? Like, dude, stay on fucking heal mode. Jesus, like, this is the problem when you get retard Fiorinas who are just like, oh, dude, you're the only sustain we have, so you should be prioritizing heals. Literally the only time you should ever be in DPS mode is when we're all topped off on health. That is literally the only valid reason. So yeah, like when you pop in like that, you're just, come on, man. You're basically just trolling us at that point. Okay, so I'm a little curious how this will go. I'm gonna try this team. Not terrible. Obviously a little slower than other fights, but not bad. Okay, so this should allow me to level up Durin. Oh wow, another 4. It's coincidental. So this has to be Durin then. Durin has to be the little AoE around him. I didn't realize he did an AoE around him. Or maybe that's what the... If I do the light form, maybe the light form does the constant little circle AoEs around him. That's actually pretty cool. I thought... So yeah, he's really good pyro applicator then. Okay, so we finally ascend him. Nice. Let's level him up. There we go. Oh shit! I have shit artifacts on him. Oh yeah, because the Oh wait, what? He doesn't even have this leveled. Oh, wow. This is... Oh, yeah. I think I just gave him anything. I was just like, hey, I think I did a fast equip. And they're like, yep, whatever. Actually, that's not that bad, though. Decent crit rate. That's probably why I didn't give a shit. But yeah, he has a better set now. So I should probably actually give him that set at some point. Yeah, not the end of the world. Decent crit rate and crit damage. But yeah, I need to... Let's see. Oh, really? I thought this is... Yeah, like this is... I don't know. I guess these are really more support stuff. This is obviously super useful. And Emil must have fate, because like most of his damage comes from his burst anyway. But hey. Let's see, do I have any good attack stuff? Attack sands. Not great, but still better than nothing. Yeah. Yeah, because the main... Oh, wow, that's actually really good. Money. Oh, I have fuckload of money. Okay, cool. Yeah, realistically, I should probably have... probably should have melted these down into their corresponding pieces. There we go. Oh, fuck, damn it. It would have been nice if that was crit rate. Okay, that's not really that good. Let's see. Yeah, that's the... Why is this appearing? Yeah, so obviously crit rate, energy recharge, of course, fucking course, gives me everything I don't fucking want. Okay, well, actually, that's fine, crit rate then. Okay, so this is kind of shit. So this is actually kind of shit too, but whatever. Again, it's like a thing with half of your stats are shit. And of course, the first few substats I roll, oh, it's all one and everything, okay, never mind. But yeah, the first two are, of course, the shittiest ones. Where it's like, yeah, what's the worst thing I could give you? Oh. Shit. You want EM? Get it. Yeah, realistically, getting worse. Is it going to be defense? Oh no, actually rolled the stat I wanted this time. Surprise. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so. With that, wait, what? Seriously? This is a crit. Oh, there's a crit rate sword in order. I was gonna say, Jesus Christ, how the fuck is my crit rate that good? It's because the weapon is that good. Okay, so this can be anything. So we'll move the... Wait, what? Oh, see, this is selected. Okay. And they say Pyro is pretty much what everyone uses. Problem is, Pyro is the one I think I have the hardest... Oh, that's pretty good. Honestly, I think I kind of need crit rate more. This would be kind of good. No, that's kind of shit. Yeah, this one, because it has crit rate, energy recharge, and EM, all are useful. These have half their stats are shit. This is kind of another good one. Attack percent and EM. And the problem is the crit damage. My crit rate is not... Oh, wait, no, sorry. With that set, I have a 20% boost in crit... I forgot, yeah. With the Hexorite buffs, I have a 20% buff to crit rate. Which means... On crit damage. Oh, wow, that's actually really good. It's a really good Pyro Goblet. Cool. So, yeah. So, now the problem... Or, no, wait. Yeah. That's the cool thing, right? So, whenever any of these things hit, I get it. And just doing the homework, I don't need it. Seems like I don't need the Hexarai buff. Just doing the homework, having this talent unlocked, means that even if I don't have the Hexarai buff active, I should still get my crit rate buff. So this should bump that up to 75%, which is really good. 75 on E4 is pretty damn good. Now, obviously, you know, this could be better. This could be better. This could, yeah, I mean, they're all pretty good. Obviously, just more crit rate. Crit rate, energy recharge. But yeah, so he's pretty stacked. Nice. Okay, so let me go and go to not try to turn in my shit. But yeah, tomorrow I will, or later today, I will be coming back into the game. So that I can do more exploration, because today and tomorrow I kind of want to finish all exploration. God damn it, I forgot to get my Noelle picture. I want to do all exploration. Oh, only 130? Okay, well, I'll have to... Guess I'll do that, because that's... Oh, actually, yeah. While I remember... Oh. Okay, cool. I naturally got... Okay, so that's maxed out. Now, I do have another piece I could transform into this one, but I'm still short anyway, so... It doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm out of stuff. But now she provides a 40% linear reaction damage bonus. Nice. And then this will improve her personal damage, which will be cool. So that'll be fun. And I need to meld some of the talent shit. In fact, I probably will need to run talent domains for her, because while I have a little bit of stuff, I have a little bit of these, a little bit of a bonus. I don't really have enough. So I can get 16. The 16 is what I need for the final step, basically. So the fact is, I don't even have enough to do her second to last step. So I need 12 and 16, so I would need 36 total, so I'm missing 11. Which means that even when I get to the end of the whatchamacallit. Okay, oh. Okay. Is it all unlocked yet? Okay, so tomorrow they'll unlock more shit. But yeah, so. There we go. Doing pretty well. Durin's actually, I'm pretty pleased with Durin for the most part. Decent attack. EM's not great, but whatever. But with that bonus, actually, crit damage. Oh yeah, crit damage increases that. Increases attack of everybody else. Cool. And then I get attacks increase. Yeah, so basically I get another 25% attack bump and crit damage bump, making him a really good support. I'm just not sure if that ER is enough. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all